So, I'm deeply grateful to be here. Absolutely love Barcelona. And I love this conference and the people that I've met so far. And I want to start by asking you permission. I'm going to make a huge leap of faith. And I need your permission. Do I have your permission? Perfect. All right, so I came here yesterday from Washington, D.C. with a totally different presentation. And then I saw this. This is just magnificent. I've never had a presentation like this in a channel. So it's just simply beautiful. So I changed everything. Now is the new format of my presentation. So, just to give you one quick introduction, I am very angry and upset with the word agile. I don't think it is useful. I don't think it works. And in my work, I've been using another word, temenos. It comes from Europe. And that's why I'm punching this in. It's a Greek word, Greece, which is the cradle of civilization, and it means the container. And I think that the people who created and came up with the word agile wanted to say something else, but missed it. Right? But I know who got it. These people got it. Yesterday. How many of you saw this? This is the real agile. This one. Okay? So this is what we're doing today. We are going to study the temenos or the container around a team that wants to create high performance. Not only they want to create high performance, they want to create transcendence. They want to change the world. That's what we're doing. If you want to change the world, this is how you work. Look at that boy up there. That's me. I started doing transformation work when I was 18. I was introduced by great change agents and theorists who took me all the way to the top. That's why when Saket said, can someone come and volunteer, I ran and went there. Because earlier someone was supporting me, and today it's my turn to support someone else. So today we'll be studying 4 things. And I'd like to keep track of these 4 things. We'll study the temenos, or the container. We'll study who is in the container. This is the archetype, the original form of the human being that you see. What does this human being do? That's the dynamic. And the last one, we'll study the forces. That means, what is the energy that's available in the temenos? And when you see this, you'll see there's a different energy that's available here compared to your things. A little bit about myself. That is me in my favorite temenos, in the cockpit of a Southwest airline. Every time I go into a Southwest airline, my number one job is to convince the pilot to let me sit in this cockpit seat and then take a picture of it. If I find that he is flexible, I will seduce him to take a picture of me waving and we go outside. And you can see that on my other accounts also. But I do 3 things. That's what you see. I do listening, observing, and participating. That's all I do. I don't do agile. I do listening, observing, and participating. So remember I said that boy? And I said that boy is me? Look at this. This is me. So I take the highest score possible, and then I jump. But I do it because these people are supporting me. Because you are supporting me now. I am your representative on the board. So with your permission, I hopefully will not fail. So a little bit about my background. I've also brought different cultures with me. And I brought this picture because I wanted to introduce to you one of my fantasies. My fantasy is about the next member of the European Union. Do you know which one that is?
Canada.
Anyone? Take a guess. The most natural member of the European Union, according to me, is India. Okay, so think about it. Think of the data that you have. Sake. Indo-European. Me. This game that you see, this is actually an Indo-European game. It has its roots in the Proto-Indo-European culture. I can give you several examples, several heroes from Europe to India, India to Europe. So let's see how Europe and India mix together. I invited some men and women to participate in my experiment. Who's ready? Please come. Can I take this chair? Opening the invitation for anyone who wants. Can you hear me well? Yes. Do you need this or this? Microphone. Are you ready? Yeah. So this is an invitation to dance. If you are a team that is going to be coached by a team, and you are the CEO of the group, this is how we will start the first session. Please join. And this is all about user experience. Okay? If you feel courageous, don't let your community stop. Just come forward and dance. ना कुछ तेरे बस में है चूली, ना कुछ मेरे बस में, ऊंची ऊंची दीवारों जैसे है दुनिया की रस्में, ना कुछ तेरे बस में है चूली, ना कुछ मेरे बस में. Thank you. Give them a hand, please. But you know what I'm talking about. This talent is missing in the organization. People who come through the door, they are creative artists, craftsmen, beautiful human beings. And when they come into the office, they don't bring their voice, they don't bring their skills, their dance, their talent, their art. They bring their logic. They also have. So I took a survey about agile adoption. You might have seen it, you may not have seen it. It doesn't matter. You feel it in your heart. You know why your agile adoption is either working or not working. When you walk into the door, you either feel the romance, you feel wanted, or you feel abandoned. Agile feels when you walk into the door, or succeeds when you feel, oh, this is working for me. Right? So let's see how we can do some things different. What if the whole process was not about sprint events or radiators, but about balancing, blowing bubbles, maintaining a delicate balance inside and outside? That's what we're talking about. So I want to also introduce another European technique which came from the Asian world but was used by one of the greatest psychologists, Carl Jung. who I follow deeply, by the way. And he started to visualize the dreams of his patients. So I took this technique and started to visualize the dreams of my clients. So far, I've done 2,000 of these dreams. This is their vision, what they want. And now, from these mandalas, I want to share with you the stories that are coming up. So the first type of stories that come out are who are these people, or the archetypes. Again, what you see here is a European vase that talks about two of the critical archetypes that you see in an agile project. You've met these people. This guy with the bird is Prometheus. That guy with the globe is Atlas. Both great. All the change agents that you meet in your agile project, they're all anomalies. Outside the bounds of your organization's comfort level. In most cases, you are an anomaly. What do the anomalies do? They go above and below the standard deviation. They escape. They escape capture. But that is too wrong. So I started looking at anomalies very in an analytical way. Who are these people? So here's the first type of anomaly that I want to share with you. Pioneers. The anomalies that you are looking for, change agents that you're looking for, are pioneers. This lady, by the way, is Jessica Watson. At 17, she circumnavigated the world on her own, in her yard. She is no longer the record holder. Some other younger woman has beaten her also. But this is the kind of person you're looking for if you want to lead your agile project. You want someone who is ready to go beyond every boundary that has been set, not by others, but by themselves. The pioneer is in a race with himself or herself inside. So I was talking about anomalies, but anomalies are also pioneers, and they are nomads. I'm a nomad. Who's a nomad here? Citizen of the world. Okay. So here is the instance of citizen of the world, me. I don't have a house. I don't have a car. I live in hotels, or if I'm invited by my friends, according to my terms and conditions, I'll come and stay with them. Yeah. It's a 2-page contract, if you want to host it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? If you are the change agent who is the pioneer in your organization, if you don't have a co-sufferer, you will fail. This is my study across continents and cultures. If you are the leader of your agile workshop or program, and you are advising this person, and you know that this person doesn't have someone to vent, really open up about his or her goals, the project will fail. I can assure you. Charioteers. This is another common archetype between the European and the Indian tradition. And here is the key thing. The pioneer does not go into battle first. Never. The charioteer goes first. The pioneer is always in the battle. Look at them. All the heroes, Alexander onwards, they're always behind the charioteer. In my analysis of good agile adoption, there is a charioteer in front of the sponsor. Usually this guy is someone big, like a chairman or CEO or his father-in-law. I've seen father-in-laws working very much. They really want to protect their daughters. I don't know why, but they really want to do it. Right? So, if you are working with your agile sponsor, find out who is his child, who is his mentor, who is going first, who is opening the doors. You're putting your life's game on some project because you're trusting someone who said, hey, come on, work on this, I've got a great gig for you. Guess what? He doesn't have someone who's telling him that. You are gambling with your life and death. You have only one life and one death. Prometheus. This is probably every agile coach out there. Prometheus, for those of you who know the story, stole fire from Zeus. And then he was punished. Right? So the fire is transformation. It's not physical fire. It's the fire of transformation. That's what he stole from the gods for the human beings. That's what coaches do. They like to transform. The problem that I see in my analysis of agile coaches is that after transformation, they want to become martyrs. They want to find themselves on a cross. How good to be here? Right? So you, if you're an agile coach, you want the transformation, but you don't want the sabotage. Watch out for that. And if someone is the leader of your transformation work, you don't want him or her to sabotage himself or herself. Next one, address. You do a conference like this, someone needs to be Atlas, right? So allow me to introduce you to our Atlas. This is Atlas, right here. What does she do? She holds the conference. She holds the temenos. So you want an Atlas in your project with someone who has a big heart. Someone who can accommodate 100, 200, 300, 400, 1,000 people in their memory bank capacity. They know names, they know birthdays, they know sons, and they're just holding the space. You do that, don't you? Yeah, it's very easy to see Atlas. So before I move on, any question about archetypes? Or if you're able to identify yourself as one?
Omid was not clear to me. So why Omid was why do the agile coaches want to be the martyr?
So actually your question is a little bit different. What your question is, I think, is what is the significance of archetypes? Okay. No? So if you know that, then what you know is that we are an instance of some archetype. There are 1,000 master templates. We are an instance of one template. And that particular template is about finding transformation for the community and then becoming a martyr. Clear? No? So I used to be my hero was Jesus Christ. I studied for the Jesuit institution. And then I abandoned that. But I didn't like that model. Does that help you? All right. Anyone else with an archetype? Jim? Question?
No, I agree that that's the greatest archetype. I wonder if he shrugged.
I'm sure he does. All right. So now, we looked at some of the people. There are probably about, I'd say close to about 500 archetypes that are identified. But masters are the ones that I gave you 10 minutes. Now let's see what they do for transformation. The first thing that an archetype does creates a vision. This is what an archetype will do first. Can you guess whose vision this is? Anyone? That's perfect. Now who's the pilot? He's here. Jim. This is Jim's vision. You may or may not like Jim. Yeah, he's an asshole. Sorry?
He gave good company to start.
Yeah. Alright. But regardless of whatever you think or feel about him, every archetype has a vision. The only difference between you and him is he knows the vision. So, on the 28th of June, he gave me his vision. And then I converted it into a poem. So, you were asking why poems? Okay, this is the second thing. Stories are not the original form of communication. Drop your user stories, go to user poems. Okay? So try it. Just try it. I'll give you more about that afterwards. But let's look at Jim's vision in the poem. Okay? This is called Welcome Soulmate. Welcome. Welcome to the lakes. Welcome to the skies. Welcome to the mountains. Welcome to the sun. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the world of words. And welcome all of you. That's it. It goes on. It's a long, fucking long. Welcome to extreme lucidity. Welcome to unparalleled insight. Welcome to tremendous love and all her sisters. Hope, joy, and faith. Welcome to sacred spaces. Welcome to bountiful realities. Welcome to ravishing gardens. Welcome to palpable truths. Welcome to limitless goodness. Welcome to bliss-making dance. Welcome to brilliant light. Welcome to extreme thought. Welcome to full spectrum sensation. Welcome to playing children. Welcome to quiet awareness. Welcome to magnificent words. And welcome to the divine sublime. Welcome to overflowing hearts. Welcome to wholehearted smiles. Welcome to Harlan's halo. And welcome to Michelle's certainty. Welcome to potent experiences. Welcome to high soaring. And welcome to App Store Miracles. That's his company's name, App Store. Welcome to what is now in my being, both within and without. And finally, welcome to my vision, which now lives in the eyes of God's sacred eagles. When he gave that vision, there were 3 eagles flying. That's a picture. Do you have a few words to tell us? It's not a choice.
I already danced. So you've seen me my most vulnerable. That was very good. The poem was very beautiful, and that's my home. And the eagle comes when truth is being told in my neighborhood, or when important moments arise. And 3 eagles came to 3 people who were working on something, and a moment jumped into another dimension. And anyway, I need to just listen to this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Give him a hand, please. Yeah, man, not all of us like you, but your vision is great.
We don't have to go over and over that.
Yeah. I'm just reminding you that we don't all like you.
Some of us call me darling in public places.
Listen. Right? It's not enough to have a vision. Every human being has a vision. Transformation requires discernment, the ability to distinguish what is happening in your mind right now from a distraction to a fantasy. To a life purpose. You want, as an agile change agent, you want to rule your mind. Not the team, not the other person, not the tester, not the developer. Don't be mistaken. You want to rule your fucking mind. That's my way of how I rule my mind. I track every thought that comes in my head, and then I distinguish it, discern either a distraction, or a fantasy, or something related to my life purpose. As you can see, this column is my life purpose. I only have a few. But if you see my fantasies, it's probably about 200. I'm sure it's the same for you. Your job, if you want to just stay focused on your life purpose, which could be transformation, is to track your fantasies and just keep track your distractions and then delay, and delay. Your problem comes when you are in your life purpose, but the team that you're working is in either a distraction or a fantasy. That's what you want to be careful of. So you know what I do? If I'm to go to your house as a guest, I ensure that you are in your life purpose by giving you a 2-page content. And now I know that you are in your life purpose, and your life purpose and my life purpose will be focused. Otherwise, you're going to waste your time. If you have time to waste, go for it. I don't have time. I have one life. I'm going to change this world with your help. You know this. This is what I'm doing now. I'm doing it because you have encouraged me and given me that. Find that permission inside yourself. The space to be courageous. Go deep into the reserves that have been given to you by your archetype. Every archetype is embedded with thousands and thousands of years of history, all coming from this land. This land is the cradle of history and civilization. Don't go to America. Stay here. I was talking to Katya yesterday. She said, this is not agile in Europe. What did you say?
Agile in earth.
Yeah, say it again louder.
Agile in earth.
Exactly. You hear that? Agile lean and earth. This is what this is. But courage is not enough. Let me assure you. If you practice only courage, then you are activating Prometheus. You will sabotage and fail. In addition to courage, what you want is to be graceful. This is what you want. That's why you need to dance. You need to make your team members dance before the stand-up. And then after the stand-up. Huh? Yoga stand-up. So, shall we start now? Come on. Let's go. Give her a hand, please. Come on. Picture? So you see what I'm talking about? The software engineer who's coming to your team is actually in the 3 poles. He or she is a yoga master. You need to find deep respect within you to appreciate that God-given talent. And then you need to change that gift into working software. That's your job. First, you need to find the gift. To find the gift, you need grace. Grace, some of you know, this is where we are. The presence of God in this moment. Clean slate. Every change agent wants, desires clean slate. And the way I see this happening is there is no baggage when there is an interaction. Okay? So what I'd like you to start seeing interactions with your teams as in 3 stages, a life cycle of interaction. Okay? There is a pre-interaction stage. There is an interaction temenos, and then a post-interaction. In the pre-interaction, you are really prepared for the yoga challenge. In the temenos, she's doing the yoga, and you are finding respect to give to her as a response. In the post stage, you are cleaner. That's what a good change agent does. The interaction between you and I was one of professional respect and admiration. I just adore your admiration. With that, what I'm doing is I'm making sure that she knows that the signal I'm sending her is perfectly clear. No mixed signals. When you start sending mixed signals, people start doubting. As a change agent, you need to have one channel. That's it. Okay. That one channel needs to come from 5 places. This is what I've seen very, very good change agents do. 5 levels of mixing. Action, you know what that is. Conversation, you know what that is. Thought, that is the rule your mind, discernment. Always coming from life purpose. If it's a fantasy, I don't know. If it's a distraction, I dream. Dreams. I dream of changing the world. My dream is to win the Nobel Prize for this. After I win the Nobel Prize for literature for my books. And then stance. Pay attention to this word stance. Stance is the basic character of the archetype. You shape the archetype, and he or she is going to say, I love you. Or I believe in peace. This is the basic ground on which you stand. So 5 levels of mixing. Let's go a bit more into what these change agents do. Attunement. Attunement is how you change the world, one person at a time. You develop an ability, and the ability is to enter the mind of the other person and to see what is the gift that is here. And not to leave even a drop of that gift away. This is the secret of pair programming. Don't leave a drop of inspiration in the other person. Pick it up. Sympathy. So you do attunement with one person, you do sympathy with the whole team. This is not your sympathy, this is my sympathy. Sympathy is the ability to fall in rhythm with the whole universe, or in this case, the whole team. You come in and you're ready to dance. They're doing the tree pose and you're ready to do it. Equipose. Have you heard the word equipose before? You could have, I meant it. Equipoise is the ability of an agile coach to constantly monitor his or her mind and then change it if he or she knows before someone else gives feedback. Equipoise is pre-feedback. It's your ability to change your mind. You know what is going wrong. You don't need someone else. Metis, another European goddess. What? Okay? What? If you, David, you were the Google. What if you were Google? Everything that comes in your mind is pattern indexed. You know it. That's the ability of a change agent. To grasp complex situations and break it down into a pattern that fits them. How I've done with all the archetypes. Liminals. Liminals is not an ability. It is a desire. It is a desire to be one with God through a human being. Through the human being, you want to access God. You want to transform yourself with every interaction, with every word you speak. Any questions about dynamics and what these change agents do? If you don't ask, I don't need to ask.
Do you ever wonder what archetype somebody is? Or do you always immediately know?
That's a great question. Thank you. That is a great question. Thank you so much. So, as a change agent and a student of change agent, I'm always in the state of mind. I will never go there. You will display one, full of the dollars at the shoe. You will display one, and then something else will come, and something else will come. Great question. I've never been a state of it. It's always continuously changing. Any other questions? How are you?
What scientific insights are previous slides based on? This seemed to be a collection of interesting thoughts, but as of yet, nothing more than that.
That's a great point. So, at least these five, attunement, sympathy, equipoise, menace, difference. There is some data collection. I wouldn't call it scientific. It's just my view. Right? But at least these five, I've found that a good author, David Woods, writes about it in his social ad. He interviewed close to about 200 scientists, neuroscientists and neurologists. He came up with these five. I don't know how scientific this is. And I really don't care. My goal is to impact and then go. It's someone else's job to take it and do it. Thanks. Okay, so next is myths. Every organization that I have worked for and you have worked for is an instance of a myth. So individuals are instances of archetypes. Organizations have a vision where they want to go. That vision is actually a myth. All the myths roll up to a template. This is what you're looking for, the template myth, called the monomyth. This monomyth is also called the hero's journey. Every organization that I've worked for is about the hero's journey. The author that you're looking for, with I would say a little bit of scientific work in this, is Joseph Campbell, father of the thought. That is the sun going down, setting down into the sea, where a sea monster will gobble the sun, then it will come back again the next day, go up again, do its job, do its hero's journey, and then come down. This is what an organization is. That's why you have an organizational renewal process. And that's where you as a change agent come. You come to swallow the company and then to release it back again with a rebirth. Forces, right? So, these are energies in the container. So if you look around you right now, this is a canvas. And around you are energies that you can tap into. You can actually, as a change agent, source these energies. Like the energy I sourced when I started was permission. For you as a change agent, you have two modes in this energy, permission. Either you can source the energy and assume it, or you can say, I don't have the energy in it. And then that's how a change agent works with permission. But let's look at two other energies that I want to share, which I think are really important for change agents. The first one is what I call here and now, the ability to be in the present. Your change context, or the container in which you're going to change, has two key elements. There is the element of space here, and the element of time, past, present, and future. If you're entering into an office, you can do this scientific analysis by yourself. Look at the space that you're entering as two types: safe for you and unsafe for you. Okay? Just and then each container that you walk into has three elements in the moment. There's the past, there's the present, and there's the future. All of them right now. The past is a surprise. You imagine something else, but something else is happening right now. So if you're surprised about what is happening, that is the past and the present. The present you're experiencing. The future is different. The future is emerging from the present right now. You are creating the future that's going to happen right now. Pay attention to that and participate in the creation. But the key thing to pay attention to in a telos is what I call the dagger. The dagger is the source of change and transformation. If you're in a group, maybe a retrospective, which is a continuous learning process, someone has to lean into the dagger. Someone has to lean into the sword. Someone has to tell the truth. Once someone tells the truth, that's when the future and the change starts happening. Here's another energy, balance. So I look at balance as what is called in biology as homeostasis. It's a dynamic state of equilibrium, of staying in this state but moving very, very rapidly. If you are an agile coach, I know a lot of people raise their hands. How many of you are agile coaches, please? Yeah. See, all of you are viruses to the system. The virus is going to absorb you, assimilate you, and then go back to the state of you. Your job is to be in tune with the state of balance. Find the balance of your organization. And then get in tune with that. If you're in tune with the balance, the temenos will play with you. If you're out of tune with the vision of the organization, if the organization has a vision, the temenos will not play with you, it will sabotage you. You're already looking for sabotage because of Prometheus. You will set up yourself for failure. This is safety, the next one. So there is actually safety available in every container. Your job as a change agent is to access that safety and bring it to your team. Why? Because that is the ceiling of the change that you can do in your organization. You cannot go beyond safety. So, everything together. Okay? So, temenos, archetypes, dynamics, myths, forces. How do you bring everything together as a change? I call this a mantra. Mantra means changing your mind or liberating your mind. So I gave you a list of archetypes, but there is one archetype that I'm watching very closely. It's again the European archetype. This, I think, will be the archetype of the future change agent. This is Tiresias. How many of you know Tiresias? Students of history? When Odysseus was in trouble, it was Tiresias who came and saved him and gave him the gun. He's the original change agent in history. I found a counterpart of Tiresias. Guess where? In which mythology? By now you should know, this is the newest member of the European Union. So I found two archetypes, Tiresias in Europe and another guy in Italy. This is why we are successful change. We are part man, part woman, part animal. And guess what? One more. What's the fourth component to be a good change agent in the new world? Could be right. No, actually, it's machine. The future change agents are going to be vision. They're going to be human and digital. Man, woman, animal, and machine. This is how I see change agents work. I call this the hybrid archetype. The hybrid archetype does this supplication. Supplication is the ability of the hybrid archetype to connect with the system immediately. Have you seen the movie Matrix? That's new. Willingness and the ability to connect with the system and dive into the system. It's a plug and play relationship between the Tiresias hybrid archetype and the temenos. Immediately. So other than this, quick spotlight to sort of give you a recap. I spoke about a few archetypes. These are people and instances of people that are available for you to observe and to interact with in their native philosophy. I spoke about dynamics, which is what they do. Vision being a high one, courage going with grace, clean slate, and then all the others. I spoke about mythology and myths. One myth of the sun, the hero's journey of the sun, is what your organization should do. Through the myths, you can find forces that are available. Balance, safety here. There are several others I spoke about. Permission. One specific force that I'd like to just point out is inclusion and exclusion. Every temenos has an energy available for inclusion and exclusion. Your job is to find which one is there right now and which one you want to be. You want to be excluded or included. So I would say that was a spotlight. And then I want to share with you a picture of what happens after the clients have been totally transformed, totally changed. Right? You need like a before and after picture. I have the after picture for you. Thank you. Thank you very much.